It's all in, it's all in, it's all in. Add a host. Waiting. Hey, nope. You didn't miss anything. I came in early. I came in early to get people in and just, hi. I won't be able to see that great. Well, yeah, if I sit here, if I stand here, we're just going to be just shooting the shit anyways. We're shit shooting. We're shit shooting. That's annoying. How's that? Is that better? I'm like right on the edge of the thing. So if I go over here, hey guys, hello. Actually, yeah, I can do that. Right? I'm gonna bring myself closer. Oh, I did it. Look at me. Hi. Yeah, we're just waiting. We're just getting some people in here. I told Jason to come in a little bit after 8 just to make sure we get some folks up in here. Hello. I know this is fun. This is gonna be fun. It's an hour of just chit chat and see what he's up to. Hey, little hostel. Just hopefully I can hear him. If it sounds weird, just let me know. Um, Let me know. Oh, you don't have to send that stuff. Cut it out, you weirdo. Caught some epic awesome. Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I liked it hanging out with them. That was pretty fun. Heidi ho, sunshine. Heidi ho. What's up and not why up? Goofy. We're just hanging out, wait for Jason to come in. We're just gonna wait a few more minutes. He's gonna be fashionably late. Fashionably. And we're just gonna sit around and see what's going on. Cause I was just like, hey, you want to do like a interview, like hangout? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. This is the date. And he's like, all right. And I'm like, cool. I know he's so cute. I want him to just like talk to me, like tell me a story every night before I go to bed. Cause like his voice will just, I just like want to hear it. It just made me feel like at my popcorn. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've ever personally met anyone. All areas.
I did it. I did it. I did it.
The crazy's out of the way. That was the crazy.
What'd you say?
Oh, am I? Can you hear me good or no?
Now I can. I think I had to turn up the volume. Another trick of the trade I've learned.
I have it on a Bluetooth thing so I can hear, so I can have my AC on. Why are you too far away?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure
Why you,
out how to prop my phone up.
you don't have a like a ring light and stuff? Like, come on, you're on TikTok now.
No, I need to. I need to get on that stuff.
TikTok. You have like the whole package. You have to have the light in the background. Come on,
That is a beautiful background.
cool.
I've gone with a line here
Yeah,
and a light. I don't know. I
very Five Below. So what's up?
Thanks for having me. Not too much. Just hanging around.
I haunted you enough, but you said you only saw one of them. I kept like saying to every one of them, like, "Hey man, want to do an interview? It'll be cool." I'm like,
Oh God. I'm so sorry. I literally only saw the last one.
hold
I usually am better at
Can you wait 1 sec?
oh yes.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I can hear you much better now.
Hold on.
I'm gonna change filters. Filter. Oh, did you
Yeah,
guys
don't
know?
see
You're
that.
probably on it. I
I'm in a
just
really
saw
cool
like
studio,
before
not my
you
kitchen.
can. I believe you. I just saw like before I went on the live, I saw like a thing where a filter you can like change your face and make your eyes slightly bigger. Have you seen that stuff?
Oh yeah, go
It
under the
was
pen. You already did it?
no, I mean I just noticed it before when I
Yeah,
was
go
checking out the
do the
live thing.
pen that has the thingies around it.
Oh, is it effects
And
or is
then
it? Oh no, not
enhance,
effects.
enhance.
Oh, I already messed it up. I don't know how I'm doing.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are.
enhance, right? Yeah, yeah. It was so.
And
Yeah,
then do the
look at my
eyes, and then
eyes.
they'll watch my yeah, they get bigger, right?
So weird. I mean, it's subtle, but it's like it's
It's like you
very.
got a thyroid problem.
Yeah, and then the face one too.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, that's the worst. I keep mine off because I don't need to be surprising people when they meet me.
It's so strange.
It's like I
Oh,
catfished
anyway.
them.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
This
It
is
feels
what you
exactly
get
like that.
right here. Where are you? What happened? I don't hear you.
Hear me?
Did you just get a phone call?
I got my alarm went off saying,
Yeah.
"Don't forget,
Don't
you're
forget.
going live."
That's cool. Yeah. Usually when that happens, it gets you can't hear anything for a second, so we just wait.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because whenever it
But
happens,
it comes back naturally.
yeah, when it happens to me, I go, and then it comes back on.
Okay.
And scene.
Okay. Cool. And scene.
All right, so
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I feel like I've known you for a long time, but that's totally not true at all. You're friggin'
Couple
adorable.
months.
It was funny.
Oh,
I told
thank
my
you.
best friend, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be interviewing Jason Ritter." She's like, "My boyfriend," because she like after she watched Parenthood, you were her boyfriend.
Oh.
That was it. You
Oh.
were so friggin'
Uh,
cute in that.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
should
you.
go
That's
watch
so
that again,
nice.
just because I friggin' love you in it. Um,
Oh, I love that show.
so what the heck
Such
you
a
been
good show.
doing in the last year, like with everybody else? Just eating, drinking, and just getting fat and playing on
Yeah,
TikTok.
basically playing on TikTok. A lot of playing on TikTok. Yeah, that has been a very fun time. I've actually been on TikTok for longer, much longer than I was like making videos. Like I got an account and then I made one video and then I deleted it because I was embarrassed about it. And then only like yeah, I started back up again. But yeah, it's been a. I mean, obviously, it's been a very weird, very strange time. So, but lots of family time and hanging around, and
Right,
yeah,
right. Because you have like a baby.
I have a baby. I have a wife and a baby.
Yeah, the wife is very cool.
She is very cool.
I
Yes,
like her.
Melanie Linsky. She's awesome.
Like if
She's
I
the
had
best.
to choose somebody for you, it would be her.
Thank you.
Cause
Me
she,
too, actually.
yeah, right. That worked out. Is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It worked out.
yeah.
But like, because you're like, no, man, that girl is not good enough for him, but she is totally good enough for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I know. I keep on. I'm trying to be good enough for her. She's just the
Oh,
best. She's awesome.
you're freaking adorable. So and the
Thank you.
kid's fine. Like it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, yeah. She's she's gonna be 3 in December, so
Oh, what date?
December 13th.
Oh my God, my birthday's the 14th.
Oh my gosh,
Isn't that weird?
Sag.
Birthday babies.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, don't do it to her. Don't do this as your birthday Christmas present. Don't do it.
No, we're trying not to. We're gonna
Separate that
definitely
shit.
try to separate them. Yeah, I
This
know.
is Christmas
That's
wrapping, and it stays with Christmas.
yeah, that's a big thing for December babies
Yeah, because like in June, do you want that?
who celebrate
Hey,
Christmas.
here's
Yeah,
your friggin' birthday Christmas present.
exactly.
Nobody wants that.
Nope. No,
No, but that's
it's
so
two
good.
separate days.
It is two separate days. What
Yeah.
I remember, there's a picture of me at like, I just like came out and they put me on this like Santa suit, all hunched over, all like. Ugh. That's what I that's what I got for memories.
Oh,
Um, so you literally been on TikTok for how long? So over a year. So did you not do it during the pandemic with everybody else? Did you already do it before?
no, I was kind of no, no, no. I think I was starting to look at sort of at the beginning of this year and end of last year, and having people send me TikToks and seeing all, and I love a funny video. I love a short funny video. I love a
Right.
moving video. I love all kinds of short videos. and
Right. Right.
so I got on, and then it was like I finished towards the end of the this job that I was doing in Atlanta. I was working on maybe I'm not allowed to. Anyway, I was finishing up a job in Atlanta, and I started to get brave enough to do it. I was alone in the house. That was a big factor. Melanie and everyone had left to come to Vancouver, where we are now, and so I was just there by myself. And I thought, let me entertain myself
Yeah.
somehow.
Well, I started mostly just to make myself laugh and not go crazy because like I had nobody to
Exactly.
entertain.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the exact.
And
Yeah. That's the
if
exact
you've got
feeling.
ADHD, forget it. If the person
Oh
you're
yeah.
with doesn't understand that, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah. That's true. It's true. I've noticed that this app in general seems to attract a lot of us ADHD
And then
guys
that's
and
the best
ladies.
part. It's like we all find
Yeah,
each other and we're all like,
yeah,
"Yay! Let's make jackets." You know what I mean? We're gonna make
exactly.
so yeah, that's the best part. And I like I've met so many cool people now. Oh, well, you know Heather Matarazzo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's awesome.
She is a very good friend of mine because of this app now.
No way. Oh
No
my
way.
gosh, that's so
So wait, are you
awesome.
telling me that I have a mutual friend with Jason Ritter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I met her. I met her so long ago. There was a pilot that we did together, and it was such a cool idea, and I really wish it went. But there are these 24-hour plays that they were doing in when we were both in New York, and it was. I mean, I think they're still doing it, and they did it before we were there. But where the writers and actors and directors would all get together at like 8 p.m. on one night. The writers would stay up all night writing these little one-act plays, and then we would show up at 8 a.m. and rehearse all day and have to put the show up at 8 p.m. that night. And it was so intense and scary and terrifying. And they decided to try to do a 24-hour like short film
Yeah.
thing. So it was the same structure, and it was really experimental. But they would get, it would be a reality show where the short film is like the final thing at the end, but most of it is us trying to go around and scout locations and figure out how to make a short film in 24 hours, and it
She's
was really
she's
fun. But then it didn't get picked up. But she
she's
was
saying
that was my.
yeah, she's saying she loves you a lot.
Oh, I love her too. Oh, is she here?
She's on my side.
Oh, cool. Hi.
Yeah, she is fantastic, and I'm so glad I got to meet her. And I just did the same thing, and I was like, "Hey, I saw you're following me. You want to like talk to me?" And hey, is she on your side now?
Oh no, I
Oh,
saw another friend of mine, Violet, is here.
yeah. So
So
I was just,
hi.
she's just fantastic. I do love her to death,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the beauty of this app. Is like you see all these really awesome, cool people now that you never ever would have met otherwise. I mean,
yeah.
I know who you are. Like it's
And now
weird.
and now we know each other.
And
It's so
now we
fun.
know that you know that I know Heather.
Exactly. It's a smaller world
It's
than we
so
all
weird.
think.
It's so weird.
It is weird. It's weird.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's very cool. So you're oh my god. You're so cute. You're just smiling. Is that
I like
happening?
that. That is happening.
It's happening. It's happening. So you have some charities coming up. I want you to talk about those before we get cuckoo.
Oh yeah. There's a couple things that let's see. Gosh, what order? So there's one thing that is it's going to be Saturday night. It's a play reading that's really fun for it's benefiting Vidiots, which is a a store in Los Angeles that is it's like an independent movie video store. It's like a Blockbuster, but not that. It's for all sorts of beautiful independent movies, and so it's part of a thing called play per view, and that'll be on Saturday. And then the other two things are my I'm going to start a thing. There's a bunch of us going to hear me
All
now.
right. Yes. Yeah. See, I knew what was happening.
I wonder if that alarm is going to go off every 5 minutes
Probably.
until I turn
It
it off.
probably is.
Shoot.
Okay. Go ahead. It probably is.
Anyway, we're gonna start to do a thing for my stepmom's organization called the John Ritter Foundation, which is all about aortic health and
Yeah.
trying to avoid what happened with my father and what happens to a lot of people, which is not knowing in your family history if you need to be worried about your aorta. And so anyway, they're starting this thing called the Purple Pinky Promise, where, and everybody here, I would love it if you join, but I think all you have to do is color your pinky or paint your pinky purple. And the promise is you say, I'll ask my doctor about my aortic health. And because the whole thing is, if you know that you have it, so it can be genetic. And if you know that it's in your
Yeah.
family, you can ask them about it and talk to them about it. And that way, if you start to feel something one night or day, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what time, you say, can you check that it's this thing and not, before you start treating me for a heart attack, can you check if it's an aortic dissection? Because in my family, and also if you know that it is in your family,
Yeah.
then you can get it checked and you don't have to wait until that last minute.
Right.
That's what we're all doing in my family. We get scanned every year to make sure our aorta isn't ballooning up. So
Right. Right.
so that, yeah, but it's one of those things where once you know about it, you can actually save your life and not put your family, not make
Yeah.
your family
God,
sad.
yeah, you want to be ahead of that, and with today's
Yeah.
medicines, obviously it's a no-brainer to do that, and unfortunately
Yeah.
sometimes it takes something tragic to open your eyes, and I know that was horrific for your family, but everybody
Yeah.
lost somebody that day, man. That was
Yeah.
you've been told I'm sure millions of times that was I cried, and that was 2003, right?
Yeah, 2003. Yeah,
That's
September 2003. Yeah. Yeah, it's and the thing is like it was absolutely awful, but
yeah.
my uncle, his brother got scanned like 3 or 4 years later, and his aorta had started to balloon. So they went in and they put a little like sort of mesh fence around his
Yeah.
aorta, and it saved his life. And so it's that kind of thing where if you know somehow in your family, and one of the things that the John Ritter Foundation is trying to do is there are a bunch of genes that can determine whether you have it, and some of the genetic markers they know,
Hmm.
and then some, like in my family, we don't know for sure, but so they're trying to do all sorts of research to find out which genetic markers have it, so that eventually you wouldn't even need to know your medical history. You could just say, do I have this gene, and if
Yeah.
so, watch out for aortic
Now, is
dissection.
it
So
is it a like what's the ratio about having it be a man or a woman? Do you know that?
I don't know that there's much of a difference. But I will say that in my family, the legend that we had been told was that all of the men in my dad's family had died of their first and last heart attack. That was sort of like the
Oh,
passed down
yeah.
thing. But now that we know that it wasn't a heart attack for my dad, we know that it was an aortic dissection. We think, oh, maybe that's why none of them had been saved. It wasn't because
Right.
medicine was not as advanced as it is now. That could have been a factor anyway, but it's because maybe they didn't know. So
Right.
so yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
thing that's sort of exciting, because if you do know that, and or you even suspect it, we know. So I actually have no idea if the marker in my family is part of the you
Yep.
know part of being a man. Or I mean, my sister is getting scanned every year as well, so
Right.
we're not like taking any chances with that.
And when
But
is
yeah,
that? Is that something that you're doing all the time, or
I
is that an
think
event?
that's starting on Monday, and then there are a bunch of events that she's doing, and you can find the John Ritter Foundation
Okay, that's cool.
anywhere, and that's yeah, that's my stepmom's sort of child. I mean, she she has children, but but this is her organization child.
Yeah, yes, I get it. I get what you're saying.
And I think next week is aortic health awareness week or something like that, or aortic dissection awareness week. It's a lot of aorta talk next week. So I think the Purple Pinky Promise is going to start off that week. And I do keep doing this as if you'll forget that this is the pinky thing.
Or you could do this.
Oh, you could do the 1 billion. But and then I think, and then my like, I mean, obviously that one is very close to my heart,
Of course.
and as our aortas are very close to your heart, but
Very close.
very close,
Ba-dum.
extremely close, right behind. But my sort of my child,
Your
as
baby.
far as
Yeah, I get it.
organizations. I work with Huntington's Disease Society of America,
Yep.
and we're having a big event on October 16th, and it's completely virtual.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very
So everybody can come, and the tickets are free. So I think I put a link in my bio. So everyone, I would love it if everyone just even signed up. It would make everyone who's organizing it feel like, oh, people are coming. I mean, there are people, a lot of people are
there
coming,
people
but
come. I mean, I'm totally
yeah,
signing up. I want to see that. I'm
it's
very
really
interested. There's
it's a very fun night.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited for that. I think we all have to
Yeah,
help each other in one way or another, you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
And
And
what is it all for, man?
no, exactly. And it is like, it's one of my goals in my time on this planet to eradicate Huntington's disease forever. It's such a I hate it so much. I hate it as a disease. I hate that anybody has to know about it, or I
Yeah,
just want it to be something that like we read about in the history books,
exactly.
and that's it. So yeah, so that'll be great, and we have so many cool things for the silent auction for both of those, for both John Ritter Foundation, but Huntington's Disease Society of America. I know I got a bunch of stuff from people who worked on Gravity Falls and who now work on the Owl House and Amphibia. And so many people are getting lots of really fun and cool things for the silent auction. And again, it's virtual worldwide.
I
So,
know it's so much stuff
you
we can
know,
do now. I'm just so excited about it.
yeah,
So
it's
cool.
really awesome. Yeah.
Like
So
there's no
those
need.
are my things.
It's just very cool. It's just very cool.
It is cool. It
Anything
is,
else going on
and
cool? Like you have any like films, or are you working on stuff, or
I'm working on a couple things. There's a I'm never sure. I'm like, I always get so scared. Like, am I going to get in trouble if I say? But
oh,
I am
we won't
involved.
tell anybody.
I'm involved in some degree with the second season of Raising Dion. I think I can say
Okay,
that.
okay,
It's
that's
a
fine.
little,
Don't tell anybody
and
on this
I
side.
won't. and
Everybody
then
heard any of that.
and then I'm working on a couple other cartoons. One for Netflix that's called Captain Fall.
It's 5 minutes.
I I keep on like swiping up. Oh, there's my time management passcode
Ooh.
for
Well, next
TikTok.
time it does it, just click on it, get rid of it, and come back. We'll wait.
Okay, that I got, or I could probably swipe down, but I
Yeah.
keep on swiping it
No,
away
you
because
can
I
swipe
get
it
so
down,
nervous.
fix it, and we'll just wait.
Okay, all right. Oh, sorry, so five
We have
minutes.
patience over here. It's all good.
I appreciate that.
So cartoons are fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's so fun. I really have loved like going into the voiceover world in the
Oh
last 10 years.
man.
Yeah, it's so fun. And I mean, I've always been a big fan of animation and I mean, cartoons, but also one of my memories that I really love and cherish is my dad and mom would always bring us to these like animation festivals. You know, the local theater would be playing for
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, a bunch of beautiful, strange shorts, and it's always so magical to me that you can create a whole world that doesn't exist, and so it's very
Yeah.
exciting
Oh,
to
it's cool. I
get
always tell
to.
one of my sons is like he does a different voice for everything. And I'm begging him. I'm like, "Please stop working where you're working and please go do voiceovers, man." He's so
Yeah,
he does the best voice. He's like, "I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man." It's like not even like no. And then they'll just he's
it's true. I mean,
hilarious.
and especially the like people who can do that, who have 100 or I mean I don't even 20 different voices that they could do.
He
I
does so
have
many.
2 or 3. I'm like I have my voice here and I have my voice up here and that's about it.
I
The
got
accents are
low.
not too.
I got very
I got
white.
low and I got high.
And I
I
got
didn't get
something
high. Oh
else
my
that
god.
sounds like this. That's about it.
That's amazing. Wazowski.
Wazowski. Paperwork. That's all I thought. No, but we're always fooling around.
Oh,
You gotta have laughter. I'm sure your whole childhood is all you remember is just funny and laughing because that's how our family was. It's just joking around and laughing and just
oh yeah. There
that's
was
all.
definitely no shortage of that in our
Exactly.
household. Lots of
So you're
lots
in
of laughing.
Canada right now?
I'm a janitor.
You're Hello, are you
Are
in
you a janitor
Canada?
right now?
If
I
you're
heard what you were
walking,
working
talking.
on. I'm not convinced. I'm in Canada right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and where's everybody else? Like, where's your wife and the baby?
They're here. I'm here because they're here. I'm not working here. I'm doing some voiceover stuff, but
Oh,
I'm mainly just hanging out with our daughter and waiting for her to come home from work.
oh, so she's working. You're
Not by
just sitting
myself.
there.
And my
What?
yeah. I mean, she's working right now, and our daughter is with our babysitter today.
Oh, all right. God, the kid,
So
the baby's in the car and the heat's on, the windows are off. It's fine.
she's fine.
Dog's
She's
watching
tough.
her. Got some bologna. We got bologna over
Yeah,
there. It's fine.
yeah. She can forage. I've taught her.
Ugh. Are you gonna have more?
Yeah, I mean, we would love to.
What are you like 40? You're like 40
Yeah,
something.
we're in our 40s, so
40s.
we're gonna yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. There are lots of different options. There's adoption is also an
God,
option.
there's
So
so
we'll
many. There's so many
yeah.
things.
There's so many things.
So many babies everywhere.
I know everywhere, everywhere.
There's a
But
story on our street, like around the corner, back in like I think it was like the late '80s or early '90s. Somebody left a baby on the doorstep to these old people that lived up the street, and like, thank God the lady like heard it because she both of them were deaf, right?
oh my gosh, oh my
Freaking
gosh.
left the baby. They kept saying like, I hear something. They left the baby on the doorstep, and but that baby's got to be 20, almost 30 now. I bet. Isn't that
I
weird?
mean, it's so weird. It's awful. I mean, at the same time, I feel like that's such an incredible origin story of being a survivor and a hero, or, like that you made
Dude,
it from
if
that
you're gonna
point,
try to
of
one
being
up,
totally vulnerable on a doorstep.
yeah, but like if you're gonna one up anyone with any story, be like, yeah, well, I was left on a doorstep, so
Yeah, I
you
know. It's
win.
true, and I made it somehow. Yeah,
But
exactly.
they have so many options
That's
now to like leave the
yeah.
baby. They have like little baby cubby things at the thing, and you put them in. I love that.
Baby cubbies,
Like, did you
like
see
where
the
you.
one? I mean, I made a joke of it. It was it was almost like the things you get, like you return your books. It's like, yeah, done with that baby. But no, I'm serious. It's like at the fire station, and the lady, and
Oh yes, that's right.
I kind of made a joke because she's like, all you have to do is open this up and take the backpack and put the baby in. I was like, they're giving away backpacks for babies. I was just kidding. But I was like, I'm gonna go get a free backpack. Anybody get a baby to drop off? I was kidding. And you get flack. You can't joke about anything anymore.
Yeah, there. Those of us who grew up in backpacks, it can be a sensitive. I spent some time in a
I
backpack.
spent some time in the backpack, if I can
I
remember.
would. I mean, I would actually zip my head into my backpack and take a nap in high school. I
Why?
had a lot of sleeping trouble.
Why?
Well, now I know that it's common amongst us ADHD people. I thought maybe I couldn't focus in class, but I would get it. First of all, I would procrastinate so bad until the end of the night, and
Yeah.
then I had to do my homework, so I'd stay up all night doing my homework, and then I'd be exhausted going to school, but I'd sit down, the teacher would start to talk, and I would like feel
Yep.
like I was hit with a tranquilizer dart. I would
Yep.
just be like, oh my gosh, I think I'm getting away with it. I think
Yeah.
maybe my friends would though tell me afterwards. I would say, "Oh, was I kind of
Isn't
like
it
that?" And they would
weird?
go, "No, you
Were
were
you
like
on
this."
meds then?
No,
Like, I
no, I
wasn't
didn't know.
either.
I didn't have any idea. I mean,
No.
it was,
I think back then they didn't. I
yeah.
mean, I'm only like 10 years older than you, or 8 years. I'm not going to push it. But I'm saying, like, they didn't have that stuff then, I don't think. It was like, my thing was, I talked so much all the time. Like, that's all I was, like, talkative, like, woo. So they took a box, like a refrigerator would come in. They cut it in half and then cut out one side, made me my own friggin' cubicle. So I had to sit inside this thing. Imagine if they did that now, I'd be in trouble,
Oh
man.
my
But
gosh.
because I also have ADD or ADHD or whatever you call it,
Yeah.
I improvised. I made windows.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
made like a little thing. Like I was all about it. I was like, if you're gonna put me in here, I'm gonna decorate this bitch. So it's like I did all kinds of stuff, and they're like, well, this isn't working at all because it's like now I'm
Yeah.
more distracted because you gave me like this play space. So I was
Well,
smarter
it's
than them. They didn't know.
yeah, you figured it out. Yeah, it was weird because I would be, I'd sleep through my classes, and then at snack time or lunchtime, I would be like, hey, with everybody, and my teachers would be like, aren't you the guy who was
Oh
exhausted? And I was like,
no.
well, yes, first of all, I had a lovely nap, so I feel rejuvenated and refreshed, but
Yeah.
also I'm engaged in,
Yeah, but it's
my
funny because like,
class.
but you also don't like if they say, hey man, that thing's due like in a week. Don't give me a week because I'm still gonna do it an hour before.
The same. I know it was so amazing when I finally figured it out, and
Yeah,
I went to a guy, and he's like, "Well, have you ever had this?" And I was like, "Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes." It
exactly.
was amazing. It was
No,
really
it's like
crazy.
there's so many like, all right, you go to the grocery store, you buy all this shit, you put it in the fridge, and you're like gone, right? And then a week later, when you go to throw everything out and you move something, and you're like, oh man, I could have ate that.
Exactly.
Now I gotta throw it out.
See, I am the sort of person who will. It has to be like mold growing on it or smell obviously
Oh
bad for
shit.
me to like. I want to eat it because I hate wasting it so much.
All
So
right,
I
blink if you
I
need us to
very
make you
rarely.
a GoFundMe. Do you need us to make you a GoFundMe?
No, it
I
just
know you don't
bothers
like
that.
waste.
I'm
Yeah.
like, so yeah, so I try, and then yeah, I definitely will.
No, if I
I
have
will
a
begrudgingly throw things away. I will say well, should we share stories of the worst thing we ever found in our our fridge?
I'll open mine right now and show you the worst thing is probably in there right now. Yeah, I'll listen to that shit all day.
There was a time where Melanie had asked. We weren't living together at this point. It was pretty early in our relationship, actually. I can't believe she actually stayed with
Oh
me after this.
shit.
But she said, "How long have you had these eggs in your in your fridge?" It was actually just one left, just one egg left. And I was like, "Oh, I mean, it has been a while." It had been, I think, over a year that it had been just in there. And in my defense, I had also been spending more time at her place at
So it's
that
her
time, so
fault,
I
really.
wasn't
But
at
yeah.
home all the time. Yeah, exactly. But I said, and I don't know why I thought this would be like a romantic or interesting. I'm interested in experiments and things like that. I said, hey, it was actually, now I'm remembering, it was very early on in our relationship, but I said, hey, do you want to come over and we'll like crack open that egg and see what's inside? We'll like open some windows and we'll just crack,
Holy
we'll just
shit.
make, if it smells, but just won't it be, I mean, when else have you had the opportunity to open an egg that's been
Oh,
like like way beyond like a little bad, like will there be spiders inside?
oh
Will there
my
be,
God.
what happens? I mean, probably not spiders, but something. So here's how old, and I didn't even know this was possible. But we cracked it open, and a little orange ball fell out. There was no egg white anymore. The yolk was just like a little solid ball. There was no smell. It had just gone so bad that it had just
Holy, it just
turned into a
shriveled into
little
itself.
yellow orange. Yeah,
Did you try
yeah.
to
It
bounce
was
it?
fascinating. I did. It didn't bounce too well. I was very grateful that it didn't smell. But yeah, it was just like a little yellow yolk. Yeah, it totally petrified. That's exactly right.
That is a cool
Anyway,
story.
yeah, and she stayed with me after
And she was like,
somehow.
she saw that and went,
She was mostly happy, I think, that I was going to throw it away. She's
I could
like,
just hear her.
"Will we throw it away after that, or are you going to try to eat it?" Which is, it does remind me. I have I've realized that somehow I've cultivated in my personal life an image of a guy who will absolutely eat anything.
Really?
Yeah, and I know this because I know this for sure. I've tested this on a bunch of people. There was a time where I was working on a job, and there was a guy who was starting to really creep me out. Every time I would look over, he would just be just standing there like that, just straight at me, and it really like and I'd go, and he'd just
Oh,
be like,
well, what else are you gonna
and
do?
it just was a bad vibe. It was a very bad vibe, and it gave me the creeps. And
Do it again. What did he do?
he eventually just sort of like a dead expression,
I almost
just
threw up.
kind of like, yeah, just looking straight at me and
Yeah, I don't like it.
no response when and and at one point, I like turned and he was just right there, and
Oh,
I was like, and he went, hey, would you like this blow pop? And he gave me a little grape blow pop, and throughout the whole day, he was like, have you tried that blow pop yet? And I was like, no, no, not yet. I didn't say I'm not gonna. I just said no, no, not yet. I haven't eaten it yet. And he kept on asking me. He asked me like 3 or 4 times, and it was so creepy. And then also the blow pop tasted like weird. It
wait.
was like,
Why'd you lick it?
I see. You believe that I would have put that blow pop in my mouth, and so does everybody who hears that story. It makes me sort of proud. I did not put that
Thank
blow pop in my
God.
mouth. It's a stranger. I know not to eat strangers
Oh,
from
thank
candy,
God.
but
Okay.
I mean, candy from strangers. Strangers from Candy is a great
Oh, you got
show.
glasses.
Oh, look at that! I've never seen that
Isn't that
happen.
cute?
But anyway, yeah, but everybody that I tell that story to, and I say, oh yeah, and it tasted weird, they go, you ate it? Everyone believes it, because I guess I am the kind of person who seems like he would eat.
Oh, I would have ate it probably.
I mean, I do love a blow pop, and I was tempted to, and that's where I think that's why people believe is because there is a grain of truth. They know that I actually had to stop myself from
Oh
eating
man, and it was
from
great.
eating
That's
that
my
blow pop.
favorite.
Oh, thank you for all the lollipops.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. Is friggin' grape. That would have been hard.
Yeah, it was tough, but and then that guy, I saw him again later. I was working on a different show, and I saw him again. I went, I told someone, I just said, hey, I don't, it may just be that he's just a little bit creepy, and I don't ever want to you know, just will someone keep an eye on that guy? Just because, and
Oh,
then he was spotted trying to walk away with someone else's kid. So he was really creepy.
oh no.
It
Thank
wasn't just
God you
like
didn't
a,
eat that. You would have been walking away with him.
I would I yeah, I would have. It was very very scary. Anyway, sorry for the creepy story. And the kid was fine, and I don't know, and everything was fine. But just so everyone
That
knows.
was an emotional roller coaster I just went on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because there were like three days total where I worked with this person, and it was like it was sort of like a horror movie where you'd be like, where is he? He was right there. You kind of like
Yeah.
certain times if
Your
they like
peripheral.
if you're at a party, you have an you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to that guy, so just there he is,
Did he
and
like
if he
drive
goes
away
this
in a
way, I'll go that way.
van? Did he have a van?
I did never see the van. I never wanted to
Big
know
old
that
white
much.
van.
Yeah, he may even be here. Who knows?
Oh, is that the dude behind you?
I
He's
don't
right
know.
behind you.
He's right behind me. He kept on talking about CBD vapor. Anyway, no, just kidding.
Holy
Yeah,
monkey,
but
that is a story.
yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I started talking about
I
when
don't
I almost ate
know.
a
People tell
lollipop
me
though.
shit all the time. Like I'll just I swear I just was at Dunkin' Donuts like in July and I was like, hey man, have like I was just trying to tell this to somebody the other day. I was paying for my stuff and he's like, you're going to a July 4th party? And I was like, well, not really, it's still kind of COVID-y outside, but we're gonna see what happens. He's like, well, I'm going to my mother-in-law's, but they are supposed to invite so and so, and they know that if I say see him, I'm gonna beat him up, and then blah blah. And I'm like, how much is the coffee? Like, how much is the coffee? I don't. And he's like, they better not. I'm telling you, people tell me everything. It's insane.
I have a little bit of that quality
Yeah,
too,
it's
where
great. But I
I
think
can.
people just feel comfortable, and I want people to talk to me. If I have that vibe,
Me
you got
too.
to bring
Yeah,
it,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, for sure. But it can be taken advantage of sometimes as
Oh, you
well.
don't have to tell me twice. I've gotten burned, my friend. I've gotten burned. Very burned. Half
Yeah.
these people on this side are like, oh, I know what she's talking about. But I'm telling you, I have met very, very awesome people over here. And I just went to a festival thing in Virginia and I got to meet a whole bunch of them. And man, I lucked out. It was just like everybody was just so cool. And you're like, man, it was like you hug them or shake their hand and you're just like, it's like you just already saw them and you're like, hey, man, what's going on? Not like,
Yeah.
I've never met you before. And then it's just it was like a whole friend party. It was so fun. I love that. So
Oh,
that's why I was
that's
like,
awesome.
we're all just people, man.
I know, and I think that's one of the reasons that I've enjoyed my time on TikTok so much. Also because I like that it just sort of sends you weird. That it's not just in order of like what the last one is or what's happening. I mean, sometimes the whole algorithm thing can get a little bit weird, but I also like. It seems like there's I don't know. It seemed like some of the other social media places were getting so I would just look and get immediately depressed and sad.
Yeah.
And it seemed like TikTok was a place where people were, um, like, yeah, not like it's unserious, but
Yeah.
that there was still an element of this like goofy, weird,
But
fun
it's like
stuff,
you
and I
get
I
like,
like that.
say you got a million followers, right? You got a million followers. Realistically, even if you have 1,000 diehard fans that really watch your stuff all the time, and then you have like a live and you get 1 or 200 people in there at a time, but really you get like 100 great people that you recognize their name all the time. You build like this friend was saying, like a little
Yeah,
community of
yeah.
people, you know?
Yeah, it's awesome. And
Amazing.
I mean, one of the things that like brought me into it was seeing, do you ever see that series of duets of the grocery store? It was like a musical of a guy in a grocery store breaking up with or getting into a fight with his wife, and then
Uh-huh.
someone put her own part of the. It just went on and on and on
I
to
don't
where
know.
people were casting themselves as the grocery store grocery cart wheel, and it was
Oh
just was.
no.
I just love the like building
Oh,
on
I
that
know.
people can do.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so fun.
Oh, because like you were doing some, but it was all you.
It was all me because I didn't have any TikTok friends
It
yet.
was so cute though.
Thank you.
It
Thank
was
you very
it was
much.
funny when there was one that you did. It was like I think you didn't know what you were doing or you were make pretending, but you like only did the one line, and then it was like you didn't know how to
Oh
do.
yeah.
Oh my god! I
It
watched
was
that like 10 times.
I did finally figure out how to do a bunch
I know
of
we've all watched
captions.
the progression.
The
Now
growth.
let me ask you this: have you not reached out or emailed TikTok and asked them for your verification badge?
I don't know how to. You just
Oh, I will
say
help you with that, my
TikTok
friend.
at
No,
TikTok.com.
I'll send you the email, and all you need to do
Okay.
is look me up, and then
Oh, all right.
you'll get your badge because you need that.
I the only thing that I really started to feel nervous about was when there was that fake guy going around, and then people were like, "Oh, I tried to report him, but only I could report him because
Yeah,
I had to say he's posing as me." And it is a bit weird that you can't say,
yeah.
"Hey, this guy is posing as my friend."
I
But
think I
anyway,
have.
but yeah, I think that check mark
Yeah,
can be helpful.
and I mean I'm nobody, but I have like 2 accounts that aren't me either.
It's so creepy.
Like who wants to be me? I don't even want to be me sometimes. What are you trying to do?
I know, same. I was like,
Oh,
guy,
you with the cool glasses. Dun dun
whoa.
dun.
Who did that? That was awesome.
I know, I love that show.
Whoa, that was so cool.
But yeah,
Um,
that's what's fun.
yeah.
It's like you should totally. I'll send you the email thing, and then
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. The things that people were telling me that guy was, or whoever it was saying to them, like it was mortifying because I kept on imagining someone thinking that it was me on the other end, you know, married old me being
yeah.
like, "Hey, oh, thank you. I love that."
Oh
Being like, "Hey, I'm working on a comedy script.
yeah,
Sorry." I was just like, "Oh, it really
yeah.
was
That's
so
cringy. That's dirty.
cringy." Yes, it was
Yeah. Well,
awful.
my
But I
thing
think that
was
guy's gone.
yeah, my thing was I was doing a lot of stuff for donations and doing a lot of stuff for my community here, and I didn't want anyone posing and trying to collect money to.
No, of course.
Yeah, that's the worst, man. I was like, oh,
It's so creepy. Yeah. And also, what a jerk to like do that, to get in between you helping people. That's
dude,
just so weird.
I have one right now that's on there that I'm doing a raffle for tomorrow, and all these people, random people, keep putting in their Cash App or Venmos all in through the whole thing. I'm like,
Build your own thing and
go
have
get your
a
own thing. Aw, the
yeah.
thing kissed you.
What thing? I missed it.
Oh my god, were your eyes closed? It was like a little heart, and they
My.
went. "Mwah."
Oh, I did see that. Oh,
Isn't
that was
it
a kiss. Oh,
cute?
thank you.
You got to
That is
time
very
this right
cute.
so it kisses you on the lips.
Oh, I see. Oh no, that's okay.
Oh,
I'm learning the. I'm learning the
yeah, they're
rose things.
fun. Some of those things are really
They are
fun, but
fun. Oh boy.
I know. Well,
I don't think.
there it is. Quick, quick.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, I missed
Did
it
you
too.
get it? Oh, there you go. Oh,
Oh, son of
there
a.
it
Oh,
is.
I just
Perfect. That was
I just
beautiful.
said some really bad words right then. I'm not sure what
Oh,
your
that's all right.
okay, I don't know how swearing.
I don't. I'm not offended by bad words. I have realized that I don't say a lot of them sometimes, but I have no thing about anybody saying them. I'm not like my ears. What is that word? I
Oh,
just
I
for
you
some
got
reason I think I got used to doing like that's for not swearing. Those are my not swearing cool actions.
um yeah, I mean my dad was a mechanic, so I heard every swear in the book all the time because he always used to
I love it.
bang in his hand or something, and I'd hear like. Plus,
Something.
I was the youngest out of 5 girls, so
Oh wow.
I was a spoiled one, obviously, and the coolest
Yep.
one. But we're not gonna, whatever.
That's how that works. I know.
That's exactly how that works. They're all jealous, but So I just got
Jealous
away
of
with
the.
murder, actually. So
Yeah, the youngest. I know. I remember even watching my younger brother, who is 5 years younger than me,
yep,
and I just was like, "What is this curfew? Is this even a real curfew?" Because I had to be home by
yeah.
whatever time, and he was like 2.5 hours later. I was like, "Might as well stay out, Tyler." I love my brother. He's awesome.
How often do you see
But
him?
he did have. Um, well, not too much this last year.
Yeah.
We did a lot of Zooms and stuff like that, and we'll play some Among Us and things like that when we get everybody together. And but I've been away from Los Angeles since January. So I had 2 days in May. So I saw him, the last time I saw him was in May, which was
Mm.
nice. But in person.
Is there anybody on your
So he's the
side
best.
that you know that's your friend over there?
I've been sort of half looking. My best friend, never mind. No, I can't, it's hard for me to see.
Everybody on
I
my
mean, I
side
can't
is
see.
saying you need mods over there, like moderators.
Oh, moderators.
Yeah, because I have a whole
Wait, so
bunch.
you have different comments than I do?
Yeah, I have my. So you can't see
Oh,
mine. So everybody's saying
I
you need a
see.
moderator on your side because they help with the chat. And if you don't
Oh,
have
and so
one,
how do I?
so you have to find someone that you trust over there. All right. So if you
Okay,
want, hey, I don't mind lending you one of mine.
okay.
So the bearded vet.
How
I'm
do I
gonna show.
put their?
Hold on a minute.
Oh, okay.
So 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 the bearded vet. Go over to Jason. So you'll see him. He'll come up. It's a green. I just met him
Oh,
actually.
yes.
So the bearded
So
vet. Click
now,
on his thing. That's not at all.
yeah,
Then go to manage. You caught that. And then put
manage ad moderator.
yeah. So now when you go live, he can be in there and he'll straighten people out. He'll kick people out if they're rude, if they're saying horrible things.
Oh,
So it's just really
that's
nice to
awesome.
keep somebody in there, keeping your chat going. Like if you say something, somebody misses it, your moderator will repeat it in there for you. It's like a
Oh,
little
that's awesome.
secretary. And I have so many.
That's so cool.
And I actually met. I went and met one of them in Delaware. One of my friend Rubber Ducky, and then at the same time, that one that you just saw, his name's Grant, the bearded vet. I met him also in Delaware when I just came back from Virginia. Both of the nicest people in the world, and
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm just like telling you, it's crazy. Just everybody is just so. I love it. It's very great.
It is such a lovely and
Yeah,
supportive community. It's really been amazing.
it is. It's pretty
Um,
cool. It's pretty cool.
yeah,
And
that's awesome.
I got to at Rubber Ducky. Okay, so my mod over here, Rubber Ducky Graham. So her house is in Delaware, and I've never done one of those things where you take like the rifle and they do the
Sorry, I get excited about those classes.
you do the rifle and they say like whatever that thing is, the pigeon that goes in the clay pigeon.
Oh, the shooter, the clay
Yeah,
pigeons. Yeah, clay pigeons. Yeah, that's
I've
right.
never done it. Right? They're like, okay,
Yeah.
hold the rifle. It's gonna kick back, and I'm like, eh. And they're like, okay, say pull. I'm like, okay, pull. And they pulled it. Boom! I hit it first try. I hit it
No way.
first try. Honest to God.
With a rifle?
I never even shot a rifle before.
But that's amazing.
So I shot a
Because
rifle.
I think it's one thing with a shotgun. That's incredible. That is so impressive. Holy cow!
It was crazy, and I didn't even know because I couldn't hear anymore from this ear, right? So I'm like, it's ringing, and they're like, "You hit it," and I'm like, "Are you kidding?" So I was like, "Oh my God, that's so fun. You did it! I think you did it."
I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna
so
get every
cute.
single one that happens.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That was a nice thing to try. Oh, my son just walked by.
Hello, son.
He's so cute. Sorry. Oh, he just came in. Well, he's 20. He doesn't want me to do that, right?
I get it. Oh yeah, there we go. That's why we have the heart. So
That's weird.
we
That
kiss
hurt
the
my
hearts.
neck. So
Oh my gosh,
son of
I've
a.
had that happen. That's definitely a moment where you're like, I just moved and now I'm in pain. I moved in a normal, maybe slightly faster than I'm used to moving, and
Someone
now
put
I can't
on.
move my neck.
Someone did a thing that said, "Okay, this is for my over 40 people today. If you're not over 40, keep scrolling. What hurts today?" That was what he said. Like, what hurts today on you? I'm like, oh Christ, you have a list. Like I have
Oh my
back
gosh.
hurts. Like I went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the doctors
Shoulder.
today, right? I know. And I went to the doctors because I had when I got my vaccine, right? Ooh, I'm not supposed to say it. When I got something, I ended up getting a really bad headache. So, and then they ended up giving me a shot for the headache. Wherever they
Oh,
gave me that shot still hurts. So I'm like, what the
oh
hell?
wow.
Right? So I
Now,
go in.
did you? Well, no, sorry. Because I had a similar thing. Um, I don't know if this is a personal question or not, but did you tense when the shot happened? Did
Was
you?
I like, I
Yeah,
could
because
have,
that happened to me
because
where
it hurt.
I had to get a shot in my butt, and I kept on like moving
Yeah.
my hips way forward when I was sideways, so they
Yeah.
had to put me face down, and then I just my hips just went straight down into the mat as hard as possible. I was just for some it was a long shot too,
Yeah.
and it just went and it's the worst thing you can do when you're getting a shot
Well,
is
when she
is
did do
tense
it,
up because then it hurts for a long time.
yeah, when she did it, I knew like it was in the wrong spot, I feel like. So
Oh
it
gosh. Oh
really,
no.
really hurt. Like I was like, oh, I really, and I went, ooh, you're not getting a Christmas card from me. That's what I always say or something, right?
I wasn't dancing
Oh,
about you getting hurt shot. I was dancing at the disco ball. Did you see the disco ball
I
or
did
no?
not see. There's some things we can see.
Oh,
So
so
you're
I
like
just
going,
looked crazy.
I don't know what the hell that was. I was like, all right, guy, whatever.
So I had my whole screen turned into a disco
I know, I love
dance.
that. So cute. So,
Sorry.
anyways, I kept worrying that like piece of the needle fell off or something. Like I'm like something's
Oh
wrong.
gosh. Oh
But
no.
so the lady said today, I went to this cardiovascular lady, and she's like, we can actually put a shot in where the shot was to like numb all that. And I'm like, oh my god! But what if that like?
We can give you 10 more shots in the same
But
area.
she said it definitely wasn't
Oh gosh.
sciatic because that's a lot of what happens. People get hit in the sciatic nerve, but that was
Oh,
not the
ouch.
sciatic
Yeah.
nerve.
Okay, that's good. Whew.
So that was my problem today.
Yeah. I just have a shoulder that just hurts.
Do you have a dog?
And I don't have a dog. I grew up with dogs. I love dogs so much. I was gonna say my dogs. Well, if they didn't save my actual life, they saved my emotional life. I feel like in middle school, there was a period of time where everybody sort of in elementary school kind of clicked up and all became friends, and I was sort of like, oh, there's my group, and took me a couple years. And my dogs and my family obviously, but my dogs were such a source of unconditional love.
Oh, that's so
I would
cute.
I would just go and like lay down with them at the end of a particularly lonely day, and I like felt their love, and it just the dogs are the best. And then we've had some dogs over the years, and Melanie had a such an incredible dog that just passed away a couple years ago,
Oh,
named Mouse, and she was the best. And she and I had a special relationship. She and I would cuddle at night. She fit exactly in like if I
oh,
like that. So she would just lie,
oh.
and just that just the touch, the it's important, and dogs can give that to us.
Dogs like are,
The old touch.
they know when there's something wrong too, man.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
they
They
know.
are the best.
I know.
We just
They just
don't
listen.
deserve them. Yeah, they really do.
They don't even have to
They
say
really
anything, and
do.
they heal.
Yeah, I mean, oh, yeah, we had two dogs when I was growing up. The dogs that I would lay down with, a friend of my sister's dog had puppies. Not if I almost said a friend of my sister's
Yeah.
had puppies.
Well,
Um,
that's something.
here's an experiment gone horribly wrong. Uh, and um, and so we got two of them, and we were like, what should we name them? And we called them Thelma and Louise just for the time being. And that was also how we learned you can never do like a temporary name for a dog or a human. I imagine they it sticks. And so we had Thelma and Louise
That's
for
very
quite some
cute.
time.
That's very
Yeah,
cute.
they were the best.
I love
They
that.
were the best. Yeah.
Let's see. Does anyone want to
Oh
ask
yeah,
any questions? Does
I'll
anyone
look
have any
too.
questions for Mr. Ritter?
Hi, Baxter. Oh, that was not a question, but it was a request. The best thing that's happened today or this week? Oh, gosh, I'm going to come back to that one. How old am I? 41. What was my experience like on Thrilling Adventure Hour? They are the best. The Ben Acker and Ben Blacker are. Oh, that was that.
I have
Oh, I
questions
was
on
wondering
this
if it
side
was
too.
actually Ben Acker. Oh, okay. Ben Acker and Ben Blacker are such incredible writers, and it was so fun to get to do their show. And I love them both dearly.
All right. I'll I'll say one on this side and you can do one on that side if you want. Okay, so
Okay.
let's see. When will you be on TV again?
I don't know, but um, I think in either late this year, like December or January. I'm not sure. I think the next thing will be Raising Dion season 2.
Okay.
My birthday is February 17th, and working on Kevin Probably Saves the World was an absolute dream come true. It was sort of like my dream job. All of the actors and writers and everybody working on that show was so lovely. And wait, did I miss someone who said that they worked with me? Oh, hi, Katie. Hi. Oh my gosh.
Who's it? See?
It's Katie. Katie Lady 121.
What's up, Katie?
Hello. Yeah, I loved working in Atlanta. I've worked in Atlanta the last couple of years, and it's just such a great city. And yeah, so that was fantastic.
All right, let's see. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I have a bunch of favorite movies,
Yeah,
but
that's hard.
my
I have a bunch too. You can't just say one.
I do. I think I do have an all-time favorite.
Well, I have one all-time favorite. Let's
Why
just
have
say
one
one.
all-time
I'll
favorite?
die. I'll say mine first. So I know I'm not lying. The
Yeah, go
original,
for it.
the original Clash of the Titans.
Great one. Great one.
That's my
Similar to that, I grew up watching, I think because my name is Jason, Jason and the Argonauts, but it has a bunch of the
Oh,
similar like stop motion animation, Ray Harryhausen stuff, and it's just not like nothing else.
no,
I
I love that
love that.
stuff. Okay, well now you're cooler than I thought. A minute.
I did love that movie. My favorite movie is a movie called Knights of Cabiria, and
Ooh.
I saw it in a random class in a film class. It's a Fellini movie, and it's so funny and also so moving. And I think it just hit me in high school quite hard. But basically, the whole idea is here's this woman, Cabiria, who's played by Julieta Messina, who is so brilliant. I don't even know how she does this performance. It's just so funny, and she's such like a tough little. Oh, she's amazing. But it's this woman who basically she's a lady of the night
Oh, I would
in
say
Italy,
sorry.
and and she has this belief in love, even though she is continuously only given reasons to not believe in that. She continues to believe in it, and it's so powerful. And the ending is like no other ending, and I just loved it.
What's it
It's my
called?
favorite. Knights of Cabiria. I don't know where or how to find it, but I'm sure it's somewhere.
probably on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
Everything's on YouTube.
Everything's on the YouTube. All right, you got something? It is
Let's
on the
see.
YouTube. I have a whole bunch. I
Top
have like a million over
top.
here.
Okay, I've seen a couple that have said like top three favorite things to work on. Um, one would be I think I mean Parenthood was probably one of the most amazing
Friggin'
things
little
to work on. It
Parenthood.
was
My
just
God.
such an incredible experience, and everybody was so lovely and such a creatively sort of inspiring experience. And Lauren Graham is just one of the world's best persons. I think that's her official title. And it was just so amazing to just go to work with her and Mae Whitman and
Yeah.
everyone. And Mae Whitman is the best. If I haven't, someone said, "How about Mae Whitman?" The absolute best person. And then Gravity Falls was another one that was so fun, just because I think I became a bigger fan of the show, and I got so into all the mysteries, and I really went down the rabbit hole. And I was like, has this show been created just for me? Is like everything that I always have ever wanted was in Gravity Falls. And then I think Another Period and Drunk History are sort of
Oh,
tied.
Drunk History, man. You are great on
They
the
just were so they were so fun. And
man. I want to be on that. I want to just be just enough famous to get on that. That's it.
it's the best.
That's my goal.
It
Drunk
is the
History.
best. Oh, and it was funny because Jeremy Connor, who directed Another Period and directed most of the Drunk Histories with Derek Waters, I've known Jeremy since we were in kindergarten together, and the thing that was so amazing with Drunk History and Another Period is that for a long time in my own life, my friends and we would all like get together and make each other laugh. And then I would kind of be like a little bit shy outside. And I also had a real hard time in comedy auditions because I just get overwhelmed with my own insecurities and all sorts of stuff. And when we started doing Drunk History, the first couple, or I can't remember which one, but some of them, the early ones before it became a show, were just like shot in my mom's house when Jeremy and Derek were like, we're doing this weird show and
so funny.
It was so much fun. It was amazing to like watch that whole thing go away. But I really, I hadn't done that much comedy, and Jeremy really, because he knew me, he lobbied for me for Another Period and in Drunk History. I've been there for the meeting, but it was like, here's a safe space to be funny because I know you're funny and I can push you, and I can also, you trust me enough to go, that's too much. Bring it down.
It's just, that is the most brilliantest show. I just friggin' love it. I could watch them day and night.
Me too. And you learn. You
do learn.
Things that I didn't retain in my history class because I was asleep.
ADD.
Yeah, exactly.
You just gotta
now
do
here
that
we
kind
are
of
learning.
stuff. I'll learn it all day.
Exactly.
Someone asked, what's your favorite comfort food?
Oh gosh. I have a real pizza thing.
Oh, you got pizza.
I just have a real pizza thing. I
like pizza too.
I think there was like enough of, pizza after soccer games and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and being a kid and being like, this is a teenager food, and like, no anchovies, dude.
Yeah, right.
All that kind of stuff.
Pizza,
and,
I don't think you can go wrong with pizza, man.
You can't. It's even like bad pizza is still like
pizza.
Pretty good.
There's still cheese on it. If there's
cold
cheese,
pizza,
there's always food. There's cheese, there's food.
Yeah. Cheese, yeah, exactly. I will say I'm less of a white pizza guy than a red pizza. I need that tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah, no, I need to have heartburn after.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone asked, does anyone ever ask you to do any impressions of your dad? Or can you?
I can do some impressions. I but I don't think that any of them would be. I mean, they're it's mostly like things that he either there was a character that he did in college named Edwin Marcus that was just this very like sort of uptight guy who kind of he talked like that,
Yeah.
yeah. But he would just do this around the house and go. he'd, he'd wipe
I
his
could
teeth
see
and go,
that.
bing,
Yeah.
flick whatever gross stuff was off on his teeth, and he just did all these
Jesus.
things, and they had all these songs. It was him and his friend Jack
Yeah.
Bender. They had this whole character thing, and and then he did a lot of his. He played his brother Austin, or he pretended to be his brother from Texas.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
And he did this laugh where he go, yeah, and
Okay. Would you believe me
that
that we
I
still
feel
do
like I
that?
can do.
Like our family still does that? Like that's so many things from Three's Company because of your dad. Like it's
That's
ridiculous. Like half my childhood memories are just that stuff. Like
awesome.
a lot
That's
of it.
amazing.
Yeah. So
I mean, a lot of it is like he taught me to do some like trips and stuff like that, but that's hard to do like an impression.
you're right.
Yeah. But I could do
Oh
some of that stuff
God.
too. Not like him, but
Oh, we have
yeah.
a serious question here. We have a serious question from
Oh,
Greg.
I like serious
TV.
questions.
If you had the world's
right.
attention for 30 seconds, what would you say? Go.
That is
Don't
such a scary.
open an egg that's a year old and expect
Yeah,
it to stink.
exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean, I've already blown the 30 seconds. I've
You're
already
fine.
blown it. But I think what I would try to say in a way is I would probably try to say something about having as much empathy for people as you possibly can, and remembering that everybody is a human, and everybody is who they are because of the way their life has gone, and all you can really do is hope that people continue to choose kindness and compassion.
Choose
That's it for
kindness,
30
bro.
seconds. I don't know what I do. Yeah. Oh, look at that. See. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I was going to do this, but that doesn't make any sense.
That might also
Something's
mean
wrong
something.
with me.
Oh,
Oh, God. Yeah,
oh
that
my
was a pretty
God.
good answer. I wouldn't have been.
It was
I'd
way
be
over
like,
30 seconds.
All right. He said yes. So
Yes.
he
Okay,
will
good.
follow you now. He's going to follow you now. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
That's awesome.
You got any more questions over there?
Would I rather be trapped in a pool with a shark or a cage with a tiger? Pool with a shark. I can get out of a pool.
Oh,
And also, yeah, I think a pool with the shark. I think I
didn't
have a
think
better
of that.
chance than squeezing out of a cage with a tiger. Anyway,
nobody wants to.
you got a question?
I'm trying. I'm looking. Every time I keep looking, it keeps like flipping up.
Oh, favorite talk show I've been on.
This one.
This one. It's true.
Yeah, someone just said you should make this a weekly live.
You should.
Let's go. Well, you'd have to do it.
Oh, we should. Oh, I see. I see. That'll be fun.
No, if there's no payment, I'm not doing this at all. I'll give you a great blow pop every time.
Thank you. I definitely need it. Now we're not strangers, so I feel fine.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. They're all the same questions. Come on, you got nothing for this guy? Christ.
Let's see. If I could play any real life person, who would it be? I would love to. I mean, I'm sure it's been done, or I'm sure it's already in the works, and I'm sure I'm too old or too young or too something or both, because it would his whole life. But Daniel Johnston, the musician, there's a documentary called "The Devil and Daniel Johnston" that's so beautiful, and his music is so amazing and fascinating. And I started to hear about him because a bunch of my favorite musicians. First Nirvana, Kurt Cobain wore a T-shirt of his. That's how I first heard about him. But then Built to Spill and Bright Eyes and a bunch of bands that I absolutely love, they all cited him as musical inspirations. And And he just has such a fascinating story. Oh, and on my laptop I have his sticker.
Oh, that's cute.
I just love him so much, and I think he has such a yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
I would love to play him, but I also sometimes I feel like I don't know. Sometimes true stories I feel like you're trying to take something that happened, and I don't know. I now I don't even know what I'm talking about, but some stories are hard to tell and really like truly honor the person that you are wanting to honor.
right. Someone just asked,
Yeah.
this is very funny. What is your favorite thing about me? We don't even know each other, man.
Well, just from this thing, I moved from your glasses to your T-shirt to your clearly beautiful spirit and heart.
That's
I
so
think that's my
nice.
favorite thing about you, is you have an immediately welcoming and warm
Oh,
energy.
well, that's what I learned. It's like, I don't want anybody to ever feel, I say this all the time. I don't want anybody to feel weird. I want everybody to feel comfortable. I want just like, I don't like anyone feeling anything yucky around me. So I just want it to
I
be this nice space of fun and happy. But if
I
it needs to
felt
be
that.
sad, just you gotta come cry on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
there's
You
room
come
for
cry on
sadness.
it. If
Absolutely,
not, I give you some
absolutely,
food. What do you want? You gotta eat something? I'll cook you some. What do you want? But
exactly.
right. Do you have any Tex Ritter stories?
He died. He died about 6 years before I was born.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of stories, and my gosh, I mean, there was one story that I heard.
You
This
don't.
is a, this like No, he was really he worked so much all the time in my dad's life growing up, and but my dad told me a story. He remembered the story where he was with his friend, and they went into a restaurant, and some drunk guy like came up to Tex and said something said something awful and sort of pointed to my dad's friend, and he said he said that Tex he had his hat on. He wore his hat quite a lot. That was a real, he really was a cowboy,
Yep.
even though they were in like Hollywood. So this is some restaurant or bar restaurant in Hollywood, and he took his hat off and he put it on the bar, and then from like back here went like boom
Oh.
and just knocked this guy back. And he said, my dad had grown up seeing him fight in all these movies and all the westerns, and like he was he was always the good guy, and so the rule in westerns was the bad guys can use bottles and chairs and all sorts of stuff, but the good guys only get to use their
Oh.
fists in fist fights. That's sort of like a
Oh.
secret little rule, and they fight fair, and but he had never seen anything like that in his life, and then so he saw that, and his dad put on his hat and said, "We're going to a different place." Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway,
That's a good story, man.
Yeah,
We just
I have no idea if
cocked
it's
right
true,
back.
but yeah, just like boom, and then just hat off, boom, hat back on. We're leaving.
That's how it's done, man. We should have that kind of guy now. We don't have that.
I know. Sometimes, yeah, exactly.
No, we don't have that. Oh my god.
No.
People love you. Let's see. People are. What do you got? Some on that side?
Yeah, I got this is a good one. Any bad haircut stories? No,
I was just gonna say.
no.
Oh, they were so cute.
I
They
have
stayed and everything.
I did stay. I can train my hair to stand up. It was a trick that I did in class quite a bit.
Oh God.
Yeah, see that?
Oh, I remember like in a lot of Three's companies, that's what happened too. Like that was a thing. Oh,
Yeah.
so funny.
My dad definitely would mess up his hair all the
Oh,
time.
so funny.
I still can't quite figure out. My brother and I both of my brothers and I have like trouble figuring out how to do our hair normally. But anyway, this is a bad it's a bad haircut story, but it's a good haircut. Here's what happened. There was a period of time where my friend Jeremy Connor and I, who we did Drunk History, this was like when we were maybe about 7, 8, so 87, 88. I don't know who started it, but between the two of us, we started growing some serious mullet type stuff.
Ooh,
And whenever it was
party in the
time
back.
for a haircut, we'd say, hey, just leave the back. Don't touch the back, please. Just don't touch it. You can cut out whatever you want, but just this back thing is sort of our thing. And we just loved it. We just were so into it. And one day I went to the place and again, I was 8, so it's weird to be giving haircut instructions anyway, but
Yeah,
this is
that's
what I had been
weird.
told to do in order
Yeah.
to keep our thing. And so she started to do stuff back there, and I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just trimming it up," and I was like, "Oh, okay." It sounds like so I was sort of like getting anxious because I felt like, and then when I finally looked, it was like just like a little boy's
Oh,
haircut, just like so short in the back. So it was a good haircut. It looked a zillion times better, but the trust was broken. And then when I got to school, when I got to school on Monday, he had the exact same experience, and we wondered if it was like some kind of effort from our parents
oh,
to be like, we got to
probably.
do something. We got to do something. Maybe if we do it at the same time, they'll have like a camaraderie, and they'll be like, because I was like, how am I gonna face Jeremy? Like, I got it cut off. I didn't want to. And then I was like, hey man. And he was like, hey man. And we both were like, what happened to our backs of our hair? No more party in the
Did you ever do
back.
the rat's tail?
I never did the rat's tail. I always appreciated a good rat's tail. But no, I did the full duck tail, I think we called it back then. I don't think we
Oh,
called it a mullet. It was more of
it
just the
just like
back.
went, "Mer." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
My God. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah. So that was yeah.
Well, let's see. La 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 la. Oh, you're the
Let
villain.
me see.
Do you have
Do
any
I have?
funny memories filming Freddy versus Jason?
Yes, I do have some funny memories.
Next, no.
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
yeah,
What else?
and they're all secret. No, I remember I remember two things very vividly. Actually, I have three quick stories. One was there was a moment where we had to jump into a lake at the end, and it was in Vancouver in November or something like
Oh
that, and
my.
I knew it was going to be cold, and I thought I'll jump in first, and then I can tell Monica, the lead actor, that it's not so bad. I'll jump in. I'll be like, "Oh, you get used to it." And I jumped in and went, like it was so cold that it it
Well,
just
now
took
you
my
just.
breath away and terrified her 20 times more than it just made it a billion times worse. It should have just jumped in at the same time. The other thing that I remember is seeing Robert Englund, who plays Freddy and who's so amazing. First of all, just seeing him Freddy just
Isn't
walking
that
around,
weird? That
just
must have been
it
weird.
was so bizarre, and he's so familiar with that glove now after having worn it for so many years that he'd go over to like the food table and just like spear a grape and
That's
just pop the grape in his mouth.
awesome.
And yeah, but it was so cool, and I remember him. He had all these things that were so interesting about Freddy. About there was another character who was supposed to get possessed by Freddy, and so anyone who got possessed by Freddy, he goes, "Well, here's what you have to do. These are like the things in order to." He said you can't ever be like square to camera. You always have to be kind of sideways, And remember that your gloved hand is heavier than your other hand, so that shoulder is always a little bit down. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. He's just always, that character has always just been, since I saw it when I was a kid, it's always just been a full nightmare character, not like, oh, an
Yeah.
actor who like made choices and,
So
it was
weird.
so fascinating. And then the other thing is that I kept on trying to ask Ken Kersinger, who played Jason, to talk, because he would just be sitting there in the Jason
On the
mask.
mask.
And I'd just be like, hey, man, it's say anything. You got to please. And he would just go. And it was it was one of those kind of things where
Oh,
there's certain masks, like the Friday the 13th mask, and especially the Halloween mask and the Scream mask. People who wear those masks to Halloween parties like to do a joke where they don't say
yeah.
anything because those characters are all silent, and it
Yeah,
creeps
it's
me
wicked
out.
creepy.
I'm like, hey, who is that?
That is very, very creepy.
Who's in there?
Yeah.
Get out! Get out!
Yeah, I don't
So
like
creepy.
that. I don't like creepy
Don't
stuff.
like
I don't
it.
like any of that kind of stuff at all.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
come
very
to me in
creepy.
any kind of suit or any kind of
Yeah,
like thing. I can't see your face. I'll punch you. I
yeah.
can't do it
Don't like it.
like that with. So I'll break my wrist. I'll hit you like that.
Oh
Oh
man.
God, so
Do you have
jealous
any
right
more?
now. Why are you jealous? You're here with us.
Yeah, we're all here.
We're so here. My two favorites. Come on, that's not true.
Uh,
Oh,
I have a. Someone asked about a worst date story, and
oh,
I don't have. I mean, I've
worst date.
I worst date stories, but I have a worst date story that I have no idea if it's true, but I love it, and if
I want to
you
hear it.
okay, so this guy who was and I heard this from she claimed to be his cousin, so I thought it was a real guy, and I hope it is, and maybe it's an urban legend, so if
It's a
other
real
people have heard
guy.
the story, please
For
tell me.
this story,
Okay, it's a real guy. He had been trying to have his friends set him up on this date with a mutual friend because he thought she was very beautiful, and he'd been like asking them, please set me up with her, please put us on a blind date for like months, and finally it happened and it all came through. And on the night that he was supposed to go on the date, he had like a horrible stomach bug, and he was like sort of sweating and a lot of liquid stuff coming out of
gurgly.
everywhere, gurgly stuff. And he was like, I'm gonna do it. I think I feel fine. I'll just power through. And so it's a little bit of a gross story, but it's still funny. So he went to this date. He's talking to her. It's going fine. He's a little bit sweaty and a little bit nervous, but he thinks it's going all right. And all of a sudden he realizes, oh, I'm in trouble. I gotta go to the bathroom. Goes to the bathroom, comes back. It happens a couple times.
Shit.
And at one point as he's standing up, the effort of him standing up, I guess, makes a little splash go into his pants.
Oh, Brody.
And he panics. So they're walking down the street, and he has his arm on her back, and he's kind of trying to keep her in front of him, like push her, like he's in a blind panic. He imagines the smell is just following them down the street, and he's panicking. So he goes, oh, you know what? I just forgot. I'm supposed to buy like this sweater for my friend. Do you mind if we just pop into this Banana Republic and just get the sweater, and then I'll meet you back down. And she goes, oh, sure. So he goes in and he goes, hey, you know what? You just wander around. I'll just go get it. So he picks up the sweater, and then he like runs and he grabs some pants to switch, and he goes up to the till, and he goes, that's just a sweater. I mean, he goes, just the pants. I don't need the sweater. So they ring him up, and they give him the bag. And now he's just like, okay, I got it. I'm just looking for a place to change. So they go down into the subway. He tries to time it so that like he hears the subway coming, and he's like, oh, let's go. And then he pretends to see another friend in another car so he can not be in the same subway car with her. And then he goes in between the subways, and he's like, all right, here we go. This is my chance. I'm going to salvage this date no matter what. And he takes off his pants and he takes off his underwear and kind of cleans himself as best as he can with the legs of his pants, and he just tosses them off the side of the subway, which is littering. It's not great. And then he reaches into the bag and he pulls it out, and it's the sweater.
Oh
It's not the
shit!
pants. It's just that's all there is. He's naked from the waist down with this like
That's
weird cashmere sweater, and
hilarious.
so he has no choice but to pull the sleeves
Oh
over
my
his legs. He needs to
god.
cover somehow, and he kind of wraps the thing around his waist, and then he basically waited until it was his stop, and then tried to wave at her through the subway door so she didn't see the sweater pants, and
The sweater pants.
he was like, maybe I salvaged this date. And then she was like, I don't know. He doesn't know if she knew that he did that, but she knew something was very weird and off.
That's
And then he had to walk all the way home from his stop in just this sweater, and probably not 100% clean if we're if we're being honest.
oh my god.
So that's the worst date story I've ever heard. That again, that did not happen to me. That's not my
Oh
story.
god, that is the worst.
But yeah, that's the worst one.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm glad that wasn't you.
Not me.
I'm so glad that wasn't you. Oh my
Me too. Oh
god.
my gosh.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
god. Everyone's like, oh, they're all laughing so hard over here.
It also, I mean, it is very possible that that's like a urban legend
He
and it happened to
sharded.
nobody. He sharded. Yes, he did. He did.
I'm back. Did I go? I'm back.
Okay. You went, but you're
I'm
back.
back
Yeah.
now. Okay. Oh my lordy lord. What time is it?
It
Is it
is.
bedtime?
Oh, it's 6:24.
No.
Oh, it's for you. It's 9:24.
Oh yeah, that's something. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see.
Uh,
Margarita.
let me see. There's one that I kept. Oh, would I consider doing the short of something special? The Three's Company remake. I I don't think so. I think there are probably, even though I'm his son, I think there are actors that would be better for it. I just think, yeah, I don't think I have
Has there been any
the
impersonators for him?
the
I
stuff.
I can't.
Well, there was they did a Three's Company movie that was like a behind the scenes sort of Three's Company, and the actor who played my dad, Brett Anthony, was so amazing and he was
Wait
so
a minute. Did
funny
I
and
see that?
hilarious. You may have, I can't remember. I mean, it was like 2002,
I feel like I saw that
one or
maybe.
two. He was so amazing, and my dad reached out to them, and then they were hanging out all the time
Oh,
and
that's weird.
trading stories, and yeah,
I gotta watch it now. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. I feel like
My
the
dad
name
was like,
happened.
"You did this one fall. How did you do that?" And Brett was like, "Oh, I jumped up and I hit the other side of the door." And they were like trading physical
That's so cool.
comedy stuff. Actor who played my dad is a very weird sentence. You're right. So
That is
it's
such
pretty
a
crazy.
weird thing.
Yeah. But yeah, he was amazing. He even really looked like my dad from certain
Yeah,
angles. It was really crazy.
I feel like I watched it because I think I was saying like, oh my god, I really looks like him.
Yeah, they all did a great job. That was a
I can't
fun
wait to see it. I
thing.
feel like I've seen it, but I gotta go back now and watch it. I gotta go back now. Wait, how did I
Yeah.
miss that? I know people. I think maybe you didn't. Sometimes you watch something and you forgot you watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. What do you have anybody like you wish you worked with that you never have?
Oh, there's so many
I
people that
know that's
I
just a
would
different.
love to work with. But yeah, I mean,
I got one off my
yeah, it's
list.
hard to even
Jason
say.
Ritter. Check.
Hey, there you go.
Heather Matazara.
uh,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, well, actually, I would love to work with Heather again. She's just so
She's
fantastic. She's
so
just like
man. Just
one of
talking to her, she's
those.
the best thing. I'm telling you.
She's the best. She's so, and she has this sort of this like no bullshit. Excuse me. See, I told you, I swear. I told you. I know. It happens
Oh,
sometimes.
we just got banned.
But she just, she has such a, she's just, like, all of her performances are so authentic
Hmm.
and real and beautiful. And I think she's such an amazing,
Aw.
talented
Well, the thing is,
person.
like,
Yeah.
when I get talking to her, I am always the funny one, the clown, do this, you're funny, let's invite her, she's funny. But sometimes, like, I just want to have a serious conversation with someone, and I feel like I still have to kind of be on. But with
Oh,
her,
yeah.
I feel like I can just, like, say those weird things that, like, nobody really wants to talk about with me because it's not my thing, but she will dive deep, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, even when we first knew each other, and every time I've sort of run into her, we've been like, hey, and then we like get into some deep,
Yes, that's what
fascinating
I love so
stuff,
much
and
about her. She's very, very, and she's just very helpful. She's just very kind, very
yeah,
nice lady. She's a
very, very
nice
nice
lady.
lady. She is a nice lady.
She's nice.
The blonde. Someone asked me about my blonde hair, and I will say that that is for something. That was for something that was for one day in May. Melanie's not the biggest fan of it,
Oh,
and I still have not changed it. She doesn't mind it. She says she thinks it's fine, but I have a bad habit of just like letting my hair go crazy unless I've never been a fan of haircuts ever since Tammy took off my ducktail
yeah. I was gonna say
without
that probably is
telling me.
traumatizing, man.
So I just let it grow free, and it got real crazy at the end of the pandemic. It was a thing. I hadn't had hair that long since I was 15.
A lot of people on here, just so you know, that while we've been talking, a lot of people said that they painted their pinky purple.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
So
Thank you so
I think
much.
that
I'm going
I'll
to do
do
it
a
too. I think
video.
Monday is the day that those videos pop up. So if we can all like choreograph
Well,
doing them at the
yeah,
same time,
we
that would be
should do
awesome.
that. We should do is there a hashtag?
Thank you, Happy Ginger. Yeah, it'll be hashtag Purple Pinky Promise.
Purple
PPP.
pinky promise. All right. So if any of us use the purple pinky promise hashtag, like say if I do a
To ask your
video,
doctor about your aorta. Yeah.
yeah, and then friggin' just keep duetting that one, so it just is the longest purple pinky. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
that is cool.
So
I
you
like that
never can
idea.
even
Yeah.
see the first one because it's so far down the thing. Wouldn't that be fun?
I love that.
Let's do
I
it.
love that. Let's do it. Awesome.
Hey, you make
Sweet.
it, or yeah, you make it, and then I'll stitch you, and then everyone keep having to stitch ours all the way down.
Cool, 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 cool. I love it.
We're
That is
stitching,
so awesome.
and then like whatever you do in that video is what everybody has to do.
Oh yes, okay. I'll make sure it's very concise and easy to do. Oh my gosh, thank you everybody
I
for
know everybody's
doing
so
that.
excited
Like
to be
that's
a
so I
part of
see.
it.
Oh, that's
Needless
awesome.
to say, they're crazy about you. So that
I'm crazy about everybody here. Thank you
uh,
for hanging out with us.
yeah, it's just fun. I mean I love sitting just talking to people and just seeing. That's why I always ask. I'm like, I'm just gonna ask. I mean, I asked KC from KC and the Sunshine Band, but he hasn't got back to me yet. I'm very upset about it.
That's amazing.
Rosie said she would in her live, and
Rosie
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell?
Yeah,
Whoa!
and I messaged her and I was like, "You want to do it?" And she wrote back, "Sure." And I was like, "Okay, let's set up a time." And now she has this neighbor she walks with every day, so I think she's all involved with that right now. So I'm like, okay, she'll get back to me. It'll be fine. But yeah, I just like randomly, I'm like, oh, let's see, who'd I do? I think it was like, oh, Alyssa Milano. I was like, hey, you want to do it? And the thing is, when somebody sees that, they're like, yes, do it with Polly. Polly's really awesome. You should do the video with Polly. But then nothing. I mean, it just kind of brings on. And I don't want people to get
What?
like a
No, but
stop.
I mean, actually, that's what I saw that first. I actually saw someone saying you should do it, and then I was like, wait, what should I
What am I
do?
doing? Sign me up.
Yeah, and then so I mean, I can't remember which person it was, but a bunch of people did that, and that's how I finally saw
I
that
know,
that
and I
last
was
one.
like, man, let's just like randomly pick people. I just think it'd be fun. I mean, why not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This
It's
was
so
fun.
fun. This was so fun. It was
Would
awesome.
you give this a 5 star? No.
I would give this a out of 5. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'd 10 star. How many?
It was
I just
fun.
saw.
It's
It was
fun.
fun. It was
Well,
awesome. It was the best.
well, next time,
The class was so fun.
I well,
Someone was asking me about the class. I just wanted to say it was so fun. Those people are all so talented, and I love them all.
oh, what we could do someday, which we could totally do, is there's another way that you can put 3 people on the screen,
Oh whoa!
right? It's a different
Cool.
thing. It'll be like add as a guest, not an actual host. Because right now we're your host, but there's a thing you can do guests.
Wait. Oh, I thought. Did I join as a
Yeah.
host or a guest?
No, you're host.
Oh.
Why? Why are you
Oh,
upset?
I thought I was asking to be. No, I just thought I was going to be a guest. I thought
No, you're
I
my
joined you
guest.
as a
I'm the
guest.
host or whatever. You're my
Oh, I see.
person.
I see. So I did the right thing.
You're right,
Okay.
correct. But there's another
Okay.
way that it would be there'd be 2 boxes down here in the corner. So you
Oh,
could do one
cool.
and Heather can be one.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Right?
That would be awesome.
Or like you could be
Oh my
one
gosh.
and we could just call somebody on and they can ask you whatever they want or just sit here and hang out. It's just
Yeah.
if you're not doing nothing,
It's.
man, like you got a
I
baby
know.
and
I'm just.
stuff
Yeah. It's hanging
and like
around.
a wife or whatever.
I
And
know.
she's so
Sometimes
fun and she could pop her face in because I would love to see it.
she's still at work,
I oh I know.
unfortunately, but
Next
she
time.
is the best.
I'm so
Next time,
happy
yeah.
for you. When I learned when I ever found that out, I was like, oh my god, that's the best news I've heard. Like that was like the best news. It's so dumb, right? Because I don't know you guys.
No, it's
I
awesome.
don't know you guys, but when you like certain characters or like how I was so happy to hear that. I was like, oh my god, I love both of these people.
Yeah.
And then they're
Oh,
together,
yeah.
and then they
She's the
made this
best.
beautiful baby, and I don't even know what it looks like.
Oh,
So it's like,
she's amazing.
oh,
She's
she
so.
look like you or mixed?
She does. She. It's a mix. She
It's
really
a
looked like me
mix.
at first, but now we're seeing more Melanie come out. But yeah, there's a lot of me in there. There's definitely like I'll see a baby picture of myself and be like, that looks like her. It's really
Oh, I
it's
love
weird how
that.
that genetic thing works sometimes.
It's weird, right?
It is weird.
Man. Well, I probably should go to bed
Oh yeah,
because,
it's
like,
later
you're
for you
probably
than
going to
it is
eat
for
dinner
me.
now, and I'm going to bed
Yeah, I think that is the plan.
because I'm friggin' old. But everybody is crazy about you, and I am also
I'm.
crazy about you.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you to the bearded vet
Oh, the
25
bearded
for
vet.
moderating. I my first. I'm figuring this all out.
He is fantastic. He is fantastic guy. Solid dude. That's what we call him. A solid dude. He's a
Solid
solid
dude.
dude. He's actually coming to New Hampshire to visit me and Greg, which is fantastic. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're doing some homeless outreach tomorrow. Very excited about. We're doing a hot
Oh,
meal.
oh yeah. I saw you.
Yep.
I saw you packing some
Yeah,
bags.
I
Yeah,
did that. I packed the
that's
bags
awesome.
today, but and tomorrow we're doing the hot meal for I think we're doing 125, and then Greg went out and bought some things, and then I got some more things. So we're just gonna try to do some stuff for our people tomorrow.
That is beautiful. That's so
It's my
amazing.
town,
Making the
man.
world a better place. Yeah, absolutely. It's your community.
My town,
Gotta help.
man. And
Yeah.
gotta do stuff. But okay, I love you like crazy, and then I'm sure we'll talk again. And
Yes.
I'll
And
send you
and if
the verification email. I'll send you that.
oh
Tell you what
yes,
to say, because you
thank
better
you.
get that check mark.
I'll try. I'll see if
Yeah,
they
you
let
just,
me.
it's so silly because you should already have one. It's dumb. Just because people need to know that that's you and not somebody else that's trying to be you.
Not the creepy
Not
guy.
the creepy guy
Yeah.
or the friggin' blow pop. No. So it
Yeah.
might be him. You don't even
Exactly.
know.
Oh my gosh. I bet it
It's
is.
the creepy guy with the blow pop.
Oh my gosh. Oh God, so
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
scary.
Okay, so love ya. And
Love you too. And if ever, I did put the link in my bio
yep.
for that Freeze HD
Yeah,
event on October 16th. So if
yeah,
anybody can sign up, it's a free event. Come hang out.
we're gonna do it.
There's a lot of stuff.
We're
Yeah.
doing
And
it,
the
and
Purple Pinky
then
Promise.
keep an eyeball on your messages too, so we can do the pinky
Yes,
video. We're gonna do
absolutely.
it. Okay, I'm so excited.
Yes, me too.
I
Nice to see you. And
know.
yeah, we'll get this whole pinky thing
I'm
started.
so excited. We're gonna blow it up. We're gonna blow it up. All my
Yes.
people are down.
Awesome. Nice.
All right, man. Catch
Oh.
you later. Have a good night.
All right, you too. I'm not 100% sure how
I
to
don't know
leave
how to
this.
get you off here either. We're just gonna keep. Okay, I got it right now. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay. Love you too.
Well, that was fun. I'm sweating. Can you tell I'm sweating? Yeah, he's the sweetest guy ever. Oh God. So wonderful. So that was a good. Yay, Bearded Vet's back. I'm so glad that you went over. That was fantastic. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm very, very glad. Thank you guys. That was pretty good. I'm really happy about that. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. You guys in the chat are so fabulous too, because you really helped me out. You really helped me out. We're gonna hook him up. We're gonna hook him up. We're gonna help him out as much as we can. He is a fantastic guy. We all like lost that dad. You know, we all lost his dad that day. So I just love this guy. There's something about him. He's just genuine. You know, a genuinely great guy. All right, I'm sweating. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna be able to get this smile off my face. I smiled all the time. I was just saying that my smile hurts. You know, he's so cute. But I appreciate all of you guys so very much for watching. You know, if you want me to interview someone, please go and tag me in them. You know, like go to them and then tag me and say, "Hey, Polly, interview these guys," so I can maybe. I love doing it. It's so fun, and I love these guys. They're all just real people, just like us, and that's it. They're real people, just like us. It's so weird to say that, but yeah, I'm so happy to have done this and brought him out, and he's a real fun guy, really, really fun. So I love you guys so much. What did Greg say? Did he say something weird? Did I miss the interview? Fucking, I'll go right out there. Thank you guys so much. And then tomorrow, don't forget, is the tonight. By tomorrow morning when I wake up, the raffle for the Wood Talk t-shirt and the two $50 gift boxes, the Venmo, it's $1 for an entry to the Venmo or the PayPal or the Cash App. Don't forget those. And then I'll pick the winners tomorrow for those three things. And like I said, all that money is going to go back to a prize for someone else that's here. So it is a huge prize. So try to get those in. I did see some come in today, and I also have 40% off my my shop. I have my Choose Kindness t-shirts and sweatshirts are all 40% off. So there's a link in my bio also. And I again appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for being a great, great community of people. And it's always hard to get off these, but I'm just gonna hang up. Okay, love you guys so much. Take care.